The fallen angels. Fallen angels are not outnumbering God's angels, but yet there's so many demons involved working for the fallen angels, and not every demon works for a fallen angel. And there's so many demons involved that work for the fallen angels, doing their bidding, really tangling things up down here. Do you know anybody that you think might have some demons behind them? Have you ever met anybody in your life that you think might have some demons around them? Have you ever met anybody in your life that might be influenced by demons? Like you can tell there's influence. Yeah. Kit Jordan over there on YouTube. Bully is demonic because I've been bullied all of my life. I'm just kind. You know what's interesting, Kit, is like, I've been bullied. I've been bullied. And, bullying, it's demonic for sure. Bulliers, either influenced by demons, they can also be a bad person. That's a whole nother thing too. A person can be just a shitty person, a bad person. A person can be just that and still have demons too. Both. A person could be a really bad person, no compassion, just terrible person, only gives a crap about themselves, you name it, everything around it, and then have demons too on top of it. You can have a cold-hearted, demented, despicable, devious person, and that's who they are. That's who they are. I know in the new age out there, it's just like, you'll hear like, no, everybody's good. Everybody's got good in them. How many times have I heard that? You still hear that out there. Everybody's got good in them. Everybody's a good person. Really? Not everybody's a good person. Where do you think the demons came from? Where do you think they came from? And that's the information you find in Angels, Demons, and Spiritual Tools in here. What is a demon? A demon was a human. A demon is a human soul. That's what a demon is. How did you become a demon as a human soul? You became a demon as a human soul because you were one bad human. You don't believe there's bad humans here? And you don't believe there's bad human souls here? Man, you see it every day. Death, destruction, war, hate, crime. I mean, you see it. You don't think there's bad people. Sure, there's people that try to change their ways. They make big mistakes. Of course, they fight for it and they try to change their ways. They try to restore who their soul is. They do everything they can, and they can crawl out of it. But there's people that don't want to crawl out of it. They're not looking to crawl out of it. They're not looking to better themselves and heal their soul and repair their soul. They're not looking to that. They're looking just to wreak havoc, still wreak havoc. There's people out there that do that. And it's dark. And yeah, they become a demon. If you listen to the audio, you'll see how they become a demon. Where it became demon later, Spirit of Compassion told me there was something earlier called derms. So derms. And so not demons, but derms. And that's really powerful because you don't think it's powerful, but it is. Because once you use that term, demons are demons. Like, how did you know that? How did you know that? And it gives you power. It's like true empowerment when you know their real name. Demon is what a human soul becomes after death, if that soul was completely engulfed by certain traits when they were a living person. So what I got from Spirit of Compassion, concrete, just solidified information, when I just said, what is a demon? And that information is people. People become demons. It's really sad. It's disturbing in a lot of ways. It's terrible. But humans become demons. So that's that piece of information that's really interesting. And they become demons after death if their soul was completely engulfed. So humans become demons, and then in their demon form, their human traits stayed with them in the demon form. These traits stayed with them. Demons are extremely self-centered, self-absorbed. That's interesting. Self-centered, self-absorbed, selfish. Demons only care about themselves and any havoc they can wreak to obtain self-satisfaction. So humans who get self-satisfaction and doing some bad things have the potential to become demons when they leave here. But it's more than that, because there's more information than that. So when you hear that, there's nuances, there's details. You got to hear the audio for it all. So demons only care about themselves and any havoc they can wreak to obtain self-satisfaction. Demons have no compassion for others. No compassion whatsoever. They're anti-compassionate. No compassion toward life itself. Not even compassion toward animals. It's important to know. So when humans were in their human form, when humans were here, their soul was in their physical human form here, they had no compassion for animals. They became a demon later after death. No compassion toward the sick or suffering. No sympathy, no empathy, no compassion. They're self-serving or fallen angel serving. It's really sad. It's disturbing in a lot of ways. It's terrible. But humans become demons. So that's that piece of information that's really interesting. So humans who get self-satisfaction and doing some bad things have the potential to become demons when they leave here. But it's more than that, because there's more information than that. So when you hear that, there's new. Demons were humans. Demons think they're smarter than anyone. Demons think they're smarter than the people all living their life here on earth. Demons know that you don't know, that nobody knows their real name, which is Derms. And then when you get empowered with that information and you have their real name already, boom, you just pulled out an ace. You just pulled out an ace. Chris over there on YouTube says, I was scared at first, but after I finished reading, I feel liberated. Incredible. Incredible. Wendy says, this audio was such an eye-opener. And that's the whole point. I mean, you'll see things different, see people differently. Learning this information is beyond empowering. And then you have tools to disempower, de-strengthen demons. Is de-strengthen a word? De-strengthen demons. You actually have the power to do that. And that's powerful. Elizabeth over there says, I've listened to the audiobook once, and I'm on my second time listening. Great information.
Yes, people are careless out there in the world. Accidents happen every day where people get hurt and injured. Are all accidents purely human error? Or are demonic forces involved in so much of what we think of as bad luck, happenstance, and freak accidents? Demons love when something terrible happens and someone keeps saying to themselves, if I only did this, if I only did that, why wasn't I this? Why wasn't I that? Demons want you to take that hit. Demons want you to go into despair. They want you to feel hopeless, to go to a dark place, to think that dark place is where you belong. Demons don't want people to know they could be involved. They want you to feel like a failure, to think that what happens is your fault because you are an inadequate person, a bad person.
And that's what demons want. They want you thinking you're a bad person, you're inadequate, that it's your fault, the whole bit. Demons want you to take the hit. It's right here. Demons want you to go into despair. They want you to feel hopeless, to go to a dark place, to think that dark place is where you belong. Yeah, and a lot of people feel that way. They do. It's no joke. A lot of people go into that dark place, that rabbit hole, and they just feel like, whoa, this is where I need to belong. This is who I am. It's terrifying. Demons don't want people to know they could be involved, meaning demons don't want people to know that demons could be involved. They want you to feel like a failure, to think that what happens is your fault because you are an inadequate person, a bad person. Yeah, I mean, look, accidents happen and people make mistakes. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. But demons would love you to believe that every single thing that happens, you're just a crappy, bad person. Just that's how it works. And you might be saying, that's not me, and it doesn't. And then 2 years from now, you're like, oh, God, why did that happen? I'm such a terrible person. Now I'm sick with chronic illness, and now or this and this. I must have just did this to myself. Demons love that. They love that. And somebody might feel like they're on top of the world right now. You see it every day. I mean, it just happens. People feel like they're young, they're indestructible. They think they're on top of the world. They think they're so smart because everything's on the internet. You can just look up anything. You know what I mean? There's every app on the planet. And they just think they're so smart. They think they're, whatever. And then boom, 8 years, from now, they're like, they're on some kind of addiction. They're like on some kind of drug. They're, using shrooms every day and they're blowing their mind out. Like whatever. I mean, I'm just one example of a billion. But it's demons are there. They're ready to really kind of like steer people in a bad direction and send them in a bad direction and everything else. It just happens. A lot of demonic stuff's happening during spring break, like this whole spring break thing that just happened. So many different things that have happened where people send their kids out spring break. It's like, okay, honey, you'll be fine. Don't worry, come back. And something terrifying happens. It's every day. It's like there's demons everywhere. You don't think there's demons happening in all the parties during spring break? There's no demons there in those parties? What's crazy is, and people aren't bringing their demons, and demons aren't being involved, but alcohol and everything else, the amount of demons involved just in alcohol consumption is a whole nother game all on its own. But that's having eyes and being able to see and not having blinders on and having this information is like the next level. It's the next level. I mean, that's what I'm learning from Spirit of Compassion just by getting all this information. The thing when it comes down to demons is there's different degrees of demons. And that's the thing too, you guys, when you listen to this audio, it's an original audio, type in angels, demons, and spiritual tools. It's an original audio. And I talk about the different levels of demons. It's just, they're not all the same. They're not all equal, just like humans are not all the same and their souls are not all equal as well. And then depending on how evil a soul really is, and then so meaning a human soul, right? Human, alive, and in their physical form right here on planet Earth. And then depending on how evil that human is, like truly evil that human is, and that human then passes on, dies. And then their soul, if you heard this, right? Their soul basically goes up for grabs. I'm just giving you like the quick rendition, real quick rendition, not, you have to listen to the audio, but their soul basically goes up for grabs. And you can get more dangerous demons, ones that are more evil, ones that embark in fallen angels and they're bidding, ones that will work for fallen angels because they're so dark. And then they just allow bad